The gods had condemned Sisyphus to ceaselessly rolling a rock to the top of a mountain, whence the stone would fall back of its own weight. They had thought with some reason that there is no more dreadful punishment than futile and hopeless labor. Albert Camus. Here are 25 of the strangest punishments handed out by bodies of authority. 25. When Daniel and Eloise Mireles stole nearly $250,000 from Harris County, Texas, the judge made them post a sign in front of their house that read, "The occupants of this residence, Daniel and Eloise Mireles, are convicted thieves." 24. After Danielle Chapdelaine, Martin Soto, and Fabian Rodriguez Ramirez pleaded guilty to soliciting sex from an undercover police officer, the judge sentenced them to take turns walking around in a chicken suit holding a sign that said, "No Chicken Ranch in Paynesville." The Chicken Ranch is a brothel in Nevada where soliciting sex is legal. 23. Michelle M. Murray claimed that 35 kittens were left on her doorstep, and because she didn't know what to do with them, she abandoned them in a local park where 9 of them later died. After asking her how she thought it would feel to be abandoned all alone in the woods overnight, the judge hearing her case sentenced her to just that, a night in the woods alone. 22. Melissa Dawn Sweeney was a stable worker who was convicted of animal abuse when she neglected her horses for nearly 4 months. Judge Mike Peters decided that for the first 3 days of her 30-day jail stint, she would only receive bread and water to match her crime. 21. Sheena Hardin was driving down the street when she got stuck behind a school bus. Instead of waiting, she drove around it on the sidewalk. Judge Pinky Carr had her stand on a street corner holding a sign that read, "Only an idiot would drive on the sidewalk to avoid a school bus." 20. Although none of Jesse Lee Harold's crimes were sexual in nature, mostly reckless endangerment, part of his plea deal included getting a vasectomy. Since he had 7 children with 6 women, the judge thought preventing him from having any more kids would force him to take care of the ones that he already had. 19. Jude Medcalf got in trouble for stealing Christmas presents, tea money, and other things, all of which landed him in prison. After some time, however, the warden decided that 7-foot Jude was too big for his cell, so the judge just gave him a 6-month curfew. 18. Teenager Caitlin Lopan and her friends were at a McDonald's when they began to bully a 3-year-old girl by cutting off her hair. The judge decided to give a reciprocal punishment by having Caitlin's hair cut right there in the courtroom. 17. When Satanists Jessica Lange and Brian Patrick defaced a nativity scene, the judge had them walk through town leading a donkey with a sign that read, "Sorry for the jackass offense." 16. A group of high school students decided to vandalize a school bus, which prevented some school children from going on their outing. The students were then ordered by a judge to hold a picnic for the youngsters. 15. When Bruce Crawford and Grace Nash went on a rafting trip with an unregistered raft and no flotation devices, they lied to park rangers about the raft belonging to them. This triggered a huge manhunt for the missing raft owner, which in the end turned out to be the couple. The judge then ordered them to stand in a kiddie pool wearing life jackets and handing out packets on water safety. 14. Jeremy Sherwood was convicted of stealing from an adult video store, so the judge had him stand outside blindfolded with a sign that said, "See no evil." 13. After landlord Nicholas Dionysopoulos violated a bunch of building codes on his properties, the judge ordered him to house arrest in one of his own buildings for 6 months. 12. When a mother got a ticket for not buckling up her 6-year-old son, she explained to Judge Sanchez that her child refused to wear a seatbelt. The judge then had the 6-year-old go to traffic school, possibly the youngest student ever. 11. After funeral director Bernie Teed was convicted of murdering Marjorie Nugent and storing her body in a freezer, he was sentenced to life in prison. Director Richard Linklater later made a movie about him called Bernie. After it was revealed that Bernie was abused as a child, the judge had him released from prison on condition that he would receive counseling and live with Linklater. 10. When Diamond T. Gaston was arrested for pepper spraying somebody, the judge had her decide between spending 30 days in jail or having the victim pepper spray her back. She chose the latter, although the substance turned out to be plain water. 9. Victoria E. Bascom failed to pay her taxi driver, so the judge forced her to walk the entire distance of her cab ride, 30 miles. 8. A judge had Jonathan Terrace visit the morgue to see the bodies of car crash victims, after he nearly killed a couple by running a red light. 7. Nathan Smith was caught stealing a donation kettle from the Salvation Army, so he was ordered by a judge to spend 24 hours homeless. 6. In 2002, after yelling pigs at police officers, a Paynesville man was made to stand on a street corner with a pig while holding a sign that read, "This is not a police officer." 5. When Andrew Vactor was caught blasting rap music out of his car, the judge offered to reduce his fine if he listened to 20 hours of classical music, so he would know what it's like to have to listen to something he didn't enjoy. He only lasted 15 minutes. 4. An argument over a husband not wishing his wife a happy birthday ended up with the husband pushing her onto the couch and holding his fist up to her, although not hitting her. The judge apparently asked the wife what she'd like to do, and she replied that she enjoyed Red Lobster and bowling. Flowers, birthday card, Red Lobster, bowling, was the judge's reply. 3. When a 25-year-old man in Spain took his parents to court for not giving him an allowance, the judge decided he was wasting the court's time and told him his punishment: finding a job. 2. When an intoxicated Andrew Gaudioso crashed into and killed Thomas Towers Jr., the judge ordered him to send Thomas's parents one postcard per week for the next 15 years, so that he wouldn't forget what he had done. 1. After a pizza shop owner in Buffalo was caught for tax fraud, the judge spared him 7 years if he agreed to pay back what he owed and donate 12 pizzas per week to a local mission for the next year. Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button in the top right corner so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these 2 videos here, or just head to our website at list25.com.